Voices by Self-Written. You've never liked the silence, ever. At first you thought it was just something you were scared of, for no reason. But as you grew older, you realized there was a reason. There had always been a reason. You've always slept with your creaky ceiling fan running, no matter how cold it was. You'd take extra blankets. You'd shiver, but you'd never switch the creaky thing off because you knew how much you dreaded the silence. Because you knew that once it was silent, you'd hear them. At first, it started out as soft hissing noises. You'd ignore it, but then you'd realize that it sounded like someone was whispering something to you. It took you time to decipher them. You finally did, and you'd never forget it. They had told you about the underworld, hell, the place where everyone went once they died. There was no heaven, there was only hell. They told you about the creature there, how every monster you'd ever feared was real. They told you terrible things. And they told you your grandfather's soul was inching closer to hell, to death. You remembered being at your grandfather's funeral the very next day, shaking, more out of fear than grief. They were real. It was real. That's really fast planning. Since then, you've never allowed the silence to envelop you while you slept. You're scared you'll hear them again. The things they spoke about still gave you nightmares. You've never slept in the complete darkness either, because that's when you see them. This was Voices by Self-Written. Hello, my beautiful nightmare seekers. I am Sirrmo B, your creator of nightmares, destroyer of dreams, hopes, light, and killer of gods. How are you tonight, Jerry? Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Hey, you put your uncle on that list. Don't come to me nagging when I actually chop his head off. I told you what I was gonna do, you have no right to judge. Now, on to my honest opinions about the story. It's short, sweet, but honestly, it was badly written. To the author of this story, whose username is in fact self-written, I would like to tell you there were way too many periods. I'm just gonna read the first 5 sentences of the story and tell you when there's a period and a comma. You've never liked the silence. Period. Ever. Period. At first you thought it was just something you were scared of. Period. For no reason. Period. But as you grew older, comma, you realized that there was a reason. Period. There had always been a reason. Period. For fuck's sake, man. I appreciate it when you try to build tension with a few periods in between words, like the character's actually taking a pause while saying it, but you can't do it with every fucking word. I'm sorry I'm going off the rails on this one, but it's bad. There are so many periods in this when a simple comma or even nothing at all would do just fine. It would suffice for this story and honestly make it creepier. The fact that I have to take a fucking breather after every 5 words is killing me. How would you like to read a fucking story if it had 16 sentences and all of them needed a pause between every fucking word. That is annoying. And it's not scary. In fact, the tension dies after a certain amount of waiting periods, and when that happens, ooh, I wonder what happens. Oh, tiddly dee, tiddly do, what can I ever do about this? Well, I'll tell you what fucking happens when you do that. It becomes not scary, it becomes annoying. So, as you might understand from my own ramblings, I don't like this story. No, I don't. However, the premise behind it is quite interesting, if not for the bad writing style. Also, you might have heard something I whispered above my over my breath a bit earlier. Yeah, the spirits tell you your grandfather is going to die and his funeral is the next day. Either he died a week ago or someone really wanted to have that over with quick, because I don't know anyone who has died. I haven't experienced anyone in my vicinity ever dying and having their funeral the same day. Just, is that possible? Please tell me in the comments, because I don't think that's possible. If it is, I apologize. That is unbelievably disrespectful of me, but really? The same day? A full funeral? I don't think that's right. Anyway, before I make this video half an hour long and 3 segments that I need to edit in post, oh god. I'm going to see if I can get a better story for tomorrow or even tonight if I'm up for it. And as always, good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the monsters bite. And enjoy the madness.